Happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Maria Milagros. You're an amazing human, and this is Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, here we go. Story time. When I was younger, I used to see ballerinas every now and then on like PBS or something, and none of them looked like me, right? None of these women were women of color, and so I thought, that's really pretty, but that's also unattainable. And so here, fast forward to second grade, I'm sitting in my second grade class, and in floats this gorgeous, like, I can't even describe her cocoa color. Like, I mean, she was just so gorgeous. So she comes like sauntering into the room. She was almost floating into the room. And she told everyone that she was starting a dance program. And I remember she had this like long flowy dress and what I thought was a long sleeve leotard, and the dress was like this wrap thing that tied. And I mean, my God, she was just absolutely everything, right? So she saunters into the room and she told us all that she was starting this free after school dance program, and all we needed to do was get our parents to fill out this permission slip. So I bring home the permission slip and I begged my mother. I'm going to cut to the chase of that whole saga. So I end up getting into dance class, and on the first day of dance class, she has us all put our stuff down and line up against one of the walls. So the dance class took place in the atrium of the school because that was the only space that was available. So we're all lined up at the one end of the wall, and she said, all you're going to do is walk. No music, no direction, just walk. So of course, like, some of us skip, some people are walking, some people are like being crazy, dancing with their arms in the air. And she said, nope, just walk. Do it again. Do it again, do it again. And she would just watch us walk, right? And then eventually she had us line up against the wall, and she said, okay, here's how you're going to walk. Back straight, shoulders down, head up, and walk. And she would watch us walk. And like, some of us, myself included, felt like, this is so weird, standing up straight, kind of owning space. I'm just going to go ahead and make myself a little bit smaller. And she wouldn't call us out, but she would say, we're going to stop, everybody's going to line up, and we're going to do it again. And not until everybody does it right are we going to be able to take a break. She said, I'm not going to tell you, and you're not going to fight. I want you to gently look to your right and your left, and if it looks like that person is not standing up straight with their shoulders down and their head lifted, let them know. So she said, because sometimes people are so used to walking a certain way and operating a certain way that they don't even realize, right? So she had us line up again. My friend next to me, she's like, you're hunching your back. So I straighten up, I put my shoulders down, and now I'm being held accountable, right? So I put my shoulders down, I pick my head up, I walk. We turn around, we walk back. We did this a couple of times, and she said, great, now you got it. And now you have to practice. So you're going to keep holding yourself up, and you're going to turn and every now and then check your person and just make sure that they're also doing it. And if not, help them. Just hold them accountable, right? So we did for the whole block. It was a 2-hour block of time, and all we did was walk. I mean, we got to pee and get a drink of water, but that's all we did that day. And the next day when we came back, what do you think we did? We walked. That's what we did. She taught us how to walk. And she kept saying, take up space, take up space, take up space. Now, this was a bazillion years ago. So it was the first time that I ever really heard the phrase take up space. And it was also the first time that anyone who looked anything like me or was a woman of color at all said, stand like this, back straight, shoulders down, head up. So it felt like this real permission to own all of my space around me. And then she reminded us that you cannot get on a stage and perform, even if there's 30 people, if you're afraid to take up space. You can't, because on stage you want to just like own yourself and all of the magic and all of the wonder of dance and just like be in the moment and be fully present. But you can't do that if you're too busy thinking about making yourself small. So you got to show up, right? And I remember like many years later, I was writing about her. Her name was Miss Ray. And I was writing about her, and I remember like, whoa, that woman impacted me for so many reasons. One, she taught me that as a woman of color, I have the right to take up space. Now, I would love to say that from that moment moving forward, I was taking up space. That's not real. That's not real. But it was later on that I would find myself always checking my posture and standing up, especially when I was moving into spaces where I would feel uncomfortable. I get to be here. I get to own space. And when I show up fully in all of my magic and all of my wonder, that's where the work is. That's where the glory is. That's where the magic is, right? So I have to start owning the space. And then the other part was turning to the person next to me and being willing to hold each other accountable. Because when we hold other people accountable and say, hey, you have to own this, you get to stand up straight, put your shoulders down and lift your head, we are reminding each other both by example and by permission that we get to be here. This is important work. I remember a couple of years ago, I met this karate instructor, and he was talking about his father, and he said that his father always taught him, we have two jobs on this planet. The first is to always make sure that we take care of ourselves so we're in our healthiest place, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And the second is to do good to the planet, to make a positive impact. Do fun things that you really enjoy doing and bring that to other people. And then you go back to one so you can keep doing number two. And then you go back to one so you can keep, and that's what that reminds me of. Stand up straight, shoulders down, head up. The more that I'm willing to own my space and take care of me, the better I'm able to do the same for other people. The better that we're able to develop a healthier humanity. I can turn to the person next to me and gently, kindly say, back straight, shoulders down, head up. You messed up. You missed it. That's okay. Let's move forward. Did you learn from it? Good. Now we're going to move forward so we can keep moving forward, right? To a better, healthier, happier place so that when we get to that stage, when we get to that performance, it is extraordinary. Because we deserve that. That's the truth. We deserve extraordinary. So, as you move through your day, as you move through your spaces, as you move through your life, as you move from your living room to your kitchen, for real, back straight, shoulders down, head up. You deserve to be here. And so does every other human on the planet. Because truly, the better that we're able to absorb that for ourselves, the more that we are able to give it to other people and to give it freely without questioning it. I deserve to be here and to take up space, and so do you, 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 and so, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I have for you today. Do the dancer's walk. And with that, I say adieu. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, you know how to reach me. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who could benefit from it, please share it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, yo. Back to self-care, back to self-love. I appreciate you so much. Let's keep holding each other accountable and loving on ourselves and on each other. Because what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's it. Peace.